Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Stellar Artifacts. My name is Eli. I have an awesome statue review for you today. This is the Studios Alien Hive Warrior. This piece is only licensed in Southeast Asia, so I was fortunate to get this. This is something that I was able to get through the local statue dealer. But anyway, this is conceptually designed by Simon Lee, aka Spider Zero, and the person who finished the 3D sculpt on it. His name is Amilcar Fong. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. He's from Argentina. He did a really awesome job on this sculpt. A lot of detail in it. It comes with 2 head sculpts. One of them has the inner jaws, and the other one has a transparent dome where you can see the bone through it. The footprint on this is manageable compared to a lot of the other alien statues. It's 14.5 inches by 14.5 inches, which I find attractive because a lot of the alien pieces out there that are pretty big, they take up a large footprint. Another detail about this is XM Studios legendary scale, and I'm not positive, but I think that means it's 1/3, which is a little bigger than I normally collect. I collect usually 1/4 scale pieces. But yeah, this thing is pretty awesome. I think everybody's gonna like kind of seeing this little overview, or at least I hope you enjoy it. So anyway, here we go. Alright, so XM Hive Warrior, this is the shipping box. This might be probably, I would say, probably the largest box I've ever had for a statue or polyresin piece. And yeah, the XM, I think this is number 35. They put it in ink on the side, so I guess that's probably my edition number. But yeah, Hive Warrior, let's get this out. And just a quick shot of the art box. It's going to have the alien statue on the front. This is the brown color. I think it's variation A. This is the color that XM Studios intended the statue to be when they first made it. After the consumer feedback came out, they added a second version, which was the black version. And I just think brown is going to pop a little bit better for this specific piece, even though all the movies had mostly the black one, except for the dog alien. But yeah, huge box, and the trademark reinforced corners, and they're going to have the Velcro straps and all that. So, alright, so I got these all laid out on my living room floor. This is the contents of the box. There's 2 levels sandwiched with the styrofoam. So one level has the body and the base and a few face huggers, and the other level has the rest of the face huggers and like the portraits or head swap outs for it. So you got all these little face huggers here, the arms and the tail, and 10 total face huggers. And someone pointed out to me that the legs are crossed on one of these face huggers. I'm trying to find which one it is.
That one, yeah.
I don't think it's this one.
Yeah, it is. Right there.
Alright, so maybe in the comments you guys can let me know. I don't want to force it, but it looks like the legs are a little bit pliable. The fingers, I should say, not the legs, but this overlaps. Is that supposed to be overlapped? I don't know if that's a mistake or not. I think I might be able to bend it over the other one, but it's probably not worth it, so I think I'm going to leave it alone. Too high of a risk of breakage. But anyway, that's the only one where I see that. Maybe they meant for that to happen. But yeah, you see the bottom half of this one. That would be like the underside. And there's the peg on one. So this one's going to be upside down on the statue, inevitably. Good detail in the tail here. And I'll go ahead and take a look at the portraits before I snap them on. You got a clear dome on one. which looks pretty cool. You got like some green highlights with some battle damage or nicks on the side. You can take a look at the teeth there, which look pretty well done. And then this is more of the Alien 2 dome with the ridges, and then some battle damage on the back with some green in there. But yeah, I'll get this put together appropriately for the base. But yeah, that's the contents of the box. Alright, so here's all the pieces put together on the XM Hive Warrior. A little bit of work with the 10 face huggers. They're color coded with the peg, so you just have to find the appropriate peg to peg them into the base. But I wanted to back up and try to get everything kind of in the shot. I want to say total, I thought the specs said like 21 inches or 31 inches tall from the bottom of the base to the top of the head. But let me get in closer. I think brown was the ticket on this. You know, they did a black version with consumer feedback or with the customers wanting a black one, but I stuck to the original brown. But yeah, this thing is the craziest statue I think I've bought so far as the size of it and everything and the details. I'm a big Alien fan, obviously, big Predator fan too. I think this is categorized as 1/3 scale, and I've never collected 1/3 scale, and I don't really intend on it. But this, I've always wanted an Alien piece, so here he is. This is the one I chose. But yeah, let me get up close on him. I got some natural daylight I'm working with through my living room window right now, because I think if I would have used my kitchen light, there would have been a lot more shadows on this as I did a little overview. There's a lot of green in the paint. There's copper, there's green, very Geiger-esque with the details. H.R. Geiger's creation here. We have two different portraits, but I'm not really gonna focus on that. Let me look at the base right now. So these eggs here, they're supposed to be these eggs are supposed to be glow in the dark. I think it'd be pretty cool if you had a black light on these things. I haven't had a chance to play with that yet, but fresh out of the box here. But they call this the Hive Warrior because the base is essentially like in the movies, like how they build their little hive area. But yeah, the creepy crawlies are coming out both backwards and forwards. Like this one here, you can see that this one is backwards coming out. You can see his little opening where they impregnate people. These two are overlapping on one another. You can see there's an open egg in the center of the base too, over where he's standing. But yeah, they're kind of creepy. They're definitely... I noticed that the fingers or legs, they're a little bit malleable slightly. You can move them without them cracking, but I wouldn't recommend probably getting crazy with them because it's not like they're meant to be moved, but they are a little bit malleable, so I probably wouldn't worry about it too much when you're pegging them in. But yeah, you got a little bit of a gloss inside the egg. You can see the gloss, kind of a wet look with the paint, which is kind of cool. But yeah, there's 10 total of these guys. Here's another one sitting here on top. And we got the tail and the backside. The tail keys in, of course. You got all these little ridges and the mechanical look from the Geiger. I mean, this is not from the movie. It's more of a imagined sort of a mythos, you know, artistic view of the alien, because even these posts on the back or the tubes are a little shorter and everything. But yeah, backing away, you can just see all the detail. And then you got the battle damage on the back of this dome. This dome is a lot more like Alien 2, the aliens in Alien 2 with the ridges and everything. But then you get to the back part of the dome and it's all busted away, like these definitely been through some damage here. You got some green in there. It's a nice gloss on the on everything. Looks like an insect almost. But there's a lot to go over. This thing is, like I said, 31 inches tall, it says in the specs. There's a little bit more view of his dome all cracked open. But yeah, you got all the detail in the face here. The teeth look well done, well painted. Uh-oh, I got a little bit of carpet fuzz on one of the teeth. Let me see if I can get this off. There it goes. It's off. Teeth look well done. So there's like a corkscrew thing for his inner jaws, which is obviously one of the liberties the artist took on this, because in the movie there is no corkscrew thing in his inner jaw. But still looks cool. I'm gonna switch the dome out here. So this is magnetized, as most of you who are collectors already know. So they give you some scale. There's me holding it. Alright, so this other dome's pretty cool. It's got a translucent. There's the inner part of it too. It's kind of cool. You may not see some of that detail since it's not showing, but is he sitting in there? No, it's not. It's not. Alright. Had some technical difficulties. Had to snap the head in. I finally got it situated so where it's magnetized in there. But this dome is really cool. This one doesn't have the attachment for the inner jaw, so you're not going to be able to enjoy the inner jaw poking out. But there it is close up. I don't know if I showed you all this. It's kind of hard to get in on it because he's leaning forward, but you know, all this detail on the thorax of the piece there, and the legs. But back to the portrait. There is the it's like a translucent material. Looks pretty cool. I don't know which one you guys favor. I don't even know which one I favor. I think they're both pretty cool. You have the some more battle damage, but this one doesn't have the whole dome busted away at the top. It's just the sides are like nicked up a little bit with some green green paint in there. Like maybe that's the acid for the blood. Who knows? But yeah, the base looks pretty cool. And one of the things I like about this is it's 14.5 by 14.5 inches, the base. So it's the base is way less extravagant than the Prime One pieces out there, which are like 20 by 20 or sometimes larger. Like those are big bases and they have a big footprint. This piece does not have a big footprint whatsoever, so that is a plus. So it has a little bit of height to it, but the base you're not going to have to worry about too much as far as where you put them. And the plus is, I don't think there's very many statues that come with all these little face huggers coming out of the eggs, which is a really nice addition. Oh man, I wish I could remember the Venezuelan sculptor to this. I'll have to look that up for the outro. But yeah, the sculptor did a really good job on this piece for XM Studios. I think it's an automatic grail piece, and it's probably the most expensive statue I bought, when I probably won't be getting anything this big or this expensive in the future, but had to have an Alien piece. I'm a huge fan of the Alien series. Quick look at the base again before I send off pretty quick here. Alright everybody, well this is my review, or you can call it show and tell maybe, or an overview of my XM Studios Hive Warrior, and this thing is freaking awesome. Like I said, I wanted to just, for scale, you have this thing next to me, so you get a little bit of scale about how big it is. But the base is really reasonable as far as how much real estate the base is going to take up. 4.5 inches, 14.5 inches by 14.5 inches. Plus, you get all these creepy crawly face huggers slithering out of the eggs. Here is the other portrait. Some of you are going to maybe favor one versus the other. This one has the clear dome on it with a kind of a cool pattern. But yeah, you got to choose which head you like. I kind of like them both. It's going to be hard to choose, but that's why it's yours. You can just swap it out whenever you want. I like the brown version better. I think I've indicated that through popular request. I think that's awesome that XM Studios did a black one. But I think this one ultimately is going to have a little bit more pop for the detail. But yeah, it's really cool. I like this piece. Thanks for joining me for my little unboxing and overview. Plus, you get a little bit of scale here. I'm wearing my alien shirt just for the presentation. I think Cavity Colors makes this. Hey, if any T-shirt companies want to, bring me on, Cavity Colors or any of those T-shirt companies, let me know. I can advertise for you. I mean, why not? Free T-shirts, discount T-shirts. Anyway, so that's it, everybody. I'm gonna let you guys go on your way. Thanks for joining me. Please hit like and subscribe to my YouTube video, and I'll have more statues later on with Stellar Artifacts, my channel. Take care.